Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, I am going to be playing Dromai. Like I talked about last night, I was saying that if I could find Mara's list from Cincinnati this past weekend, I was going to be playing her list. I sent her a message on Twitter, and she was actually nice enough to hook us up with her list that has all of her sideboard guide information in it. So that's going to help a ton, because I feel like there are so many times I have looked at a list and been like, man, how do I do this? How do I do that? So I'm going to pull that up and we're going to look at that real quick. Did you know that there are more crashed planes in the ocean than sunken submarines in the sky? Dude, you hear, like, you see that, you think of that, and then you just have to show it to me all the time. That's hilarious. Oh, thanks for the follow, TMP Zoe. I appreciate that. Thanks for the follow over on Kick. All right. Here is Mara's list. So I'm going to pull this up and talk about it a little bit. Let's see. Here we go. Actually, let's move to draft fab and get stuff out of the way a little bit better. All right, so here's what we're talking about. Teach me, senpai. Dude, I'll teach you, man. Let's play Flesh and Blood, dude. Let's do it. Triangles. Y'all are on another level tonight. All right, so this, like, the equipment suite is very similar to, it's honestly exactly the same equipment suite in the main deck, as opposed to her Baltimore list. So looking at it so far, a lot of it looks very similar. I already see a new card, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm super excited about. Yeah, like, a lot of this looks like very similar to her list from Baltimore. The new card that she added is Lost in Thought. This card's really cool. Look at target hero's hand and choose an attack action card. If you do, they put that card on the bottom of their deck and they create a ponder token. So this is like the first form of, like, hand disruption that I feel like we've really seen in, like, I know that, like, Brain Freeze, like, allows you to take cards if it's fused, and, like, there have been some other cards that allow you to manipulate the opponent's hand, but, like, I don't know. This is a really cool card. If it didn't make a ponder, it would literally just be Thoughtseize, which, if you guys ever played Magic, you understand that, but I would honestly really like to see a Thoughtseize. So, is Mara here already? Okay, so I apologize if my title was misleading. Mara is not actually going to be on the stream. Mara was nice enough to send me her deck list so that I could play it tonight. So I told her that I was going to be streaming from 7 to 10. So I hope she has time to make it by. She said she'd try her best to come by. I'm just hoping I don't play too poorly and make her list look bad. So for anybody who doesn't know, people have started calling Mara the Empress herself. She top 8'd Pro Tour Baltimore on Dromai, and now she top 8'd Battle Hardened Cincinnati on Dromai. She is making this redline Dromai deck, like, look like she's starting to make it look really popular. And so I don't know, this deck's sweet, and this deck is, like, on the top of, like, my list of decks that I'm testing for nationals testing. So, and I think Lost in Thought's just another really cool card that they've added to it. I do think that Levia being added to the list of decks that is very popular does make this a little bit more interesting. It makes you think a little bit more. I have to say, the one card that I'm not really a huge fan of that Mara plays is Skittering Sands. Now, I don't really know if there's a better card in that spot, but she plays Skittering Sands, and, like, I know that it's a good card. I don't know. It's just one of those cards for me that just kind of stands out. We have Skullcap in the sideboard, which I think is pretty cool. And Crown of Reflection. You could use Crown of Reflection to, like, you know, flip in a Passing Mirage if you need to, and, like, make some stuff happen. It's also just a good source of AB. So she's also playing Flicker Trick as a new card, which is really cool because this card is a 0 for 5. I think this card will have some play in Delexi. I think this card is going to have, like, I just think this card's going to be sweet. Like, honestly, this card's sweet. I'm excited to see this card played out, honestly. Like, I'm curious to see if it's good or bad, or, like, if it's just, like, people are just getting blown out because they play something and then, like they block with this, and then somebody lightning presses something or rain rays or something, and it's just a whole thing. So I don't know. I'm pretty excited to dive into her list. I've played a little bit of Redline Dromai prior to tonight, so I do have a little bit experience what is going on. Skittering Sands is amazing for what Empress wants, but is rough Ash-wise. I mean, that makes sense. Like that 100% makes sense. So, like, I'm by no means saying the card is bad. it's just one of those cards that, like, when I look at it, I think to myself, man, like, this feels a little underwhelming. Like, this card feels a little, like, underwhelming compared to, like, what the rest of the deck does power wise. But maybe that's just me. I could be completely wrong there. Like, so. All right. So I didn't hear from anybody about testing tonight, so I think we're just going to be playing randoms all night. But I am excited to play this list. I've got, let's see, I played Mara's list from Baltimore in 8 games and went 6-2 with it, losing to a Rhinar and to a Phi. But had some pretty notable wins inside of there. So I don't know. I'm hoping that we play pretty well tonight and that we get some wins. I've bought most of the cards for the deck. I just need to get I'm just missing a couple of them, like, honestly. So against Vinsset, I think we want to go first. I'm not sure what the correct line is. Do I want Crown of Providence or do I want AB1? Like, is AB1 good enough? Like, there are no blues in the 57 here, so I don't really think we're going to be able to, like, go in on going AB here. Empress Dromai is my main deck as well, and I tend to follow Mara somewhat closely. Oh, gotcha. Dude, that's awesome. Like, I mean, the red line Dromai deck is sweet. Like, and I don't blame anybody for playing that. She does not have Vinsset in here. Let's see what her Viserai boarding is like. She brings in Sink Belows. She runs her 57 and brings in Sink Belows. I mean, you don't have to twist my arm too hard to make me think that that's good enough. So let's try that. We'll start there and kind of see what happens. So against Vinsset, Ashwings are going to be pretty good, I feel like. We're going to be able to try and push through some damage, so maybe Arseling Rake the Embers here is going to be pretty valuable. Maybe we're supposed to play Ravenous Rabble, pitch Asvalite to play Flame Call Awakening, and then pitch the Phoenix Flame to activate Furnace so that we get two Ash out of the situation, and we get to Arsenal our Rake the Embers. Maybe I'm better off putting Dragons into play. I don't know. Agreed. Seems like a good line. I appreciate it. If you guys see lines that y'all think are better tonight, or you think that I'm, like, doing something wrong, or you'd like to see something, like, played in a different light, please let me know. I am more than happy to, like, change lines or play different things. I just, a lot of times, if I don't pick a line that you guys think, a lot of times there's a good chance that I did not see it, honestly. So something to keep in mind as we're playing tonight. So far, doing good. Well, I appreciate it. I haven't had many chances to mess up so far. But also, I meant to say earlier, I like your name, Mystery Box Giveaway TCG Comics and More. That's a fun name. So we get to push through a point here. Our opponent wants to keep their last card, which makes sense. And then we're going to activate Furnace here to go up to 2 Ash. And then I guess I could play that if I wanted to and try to set up a little bit. I'm not sure. Yeah, so pretty common line here. And then they just pass. I never really thought there was a chance we were going to get to keep all of our cards here. So if I play Rabble, pitch, Snatch to play Rake the Embers, activate Furnace. Yo. Brisvian? I don't know how I'm saying that. Thanks for the follow and kick. I appreciate y'all hanging out tonight. Monstrous next turn. Rabble, Rake, Blaze, Swing Ashwings, and either Snatch or Arsenal Snatch. Rabble, Rake, Blaze. I like that. I was trying to find a way to play Command and Conquer, but I like your line too. Honestly, not a line I saw yet, so I like it. Let's go with that. I think the more pressure we can put on our opponent here, the earlier the better. We really want to put our opponent on the back foot and make them feel uncomfortable here. So, I mean, the CNC would have been raking a CNC, which is fine too, but I like 0 for 4 just to present damage. Yeah, I mean, getting ahead early is definitely better. I like being able to get ahead early for sure. Like, the CNC line is, like, okay, but it honestly, like, I feel like it's not as good as I'd like for it to be, considering the fact that they have their Crown of Providence up, which means they really just get to keep a 5-card hand. So we can attack for the 3 Ashwings here, and if they pop one of them, which they're going to, then we just get to Arsenal the Snatch and hang on to it for next turn. Vinsset has a lot of natural poppers, so I think this matchup will be pretty interesting to say the least. Pitch Funeral Moon. Okay, so they're going to bank on us losing life to be able to play that. Dude, what's up, Rhoda? Yeah, sure. Like, I don't mind doing able chat with my opponent. So 3 Rune Chants, I mean, we're just taking those. I mean, I guess I do have AB because of the Ashwings, so my opponent, the real win here, real W here. I think we're just gonna take 3 Rune Chants. Shadow Puppetry means this is gonna be for 6. Just having a quick break. That's right, dude. I bet you're at work. It's like, I don't know, it's like lunchtime for you, I guess, or like, I don't know, like close to lunchtime. So 6 go again. On hit, they can banish a card. We can give Billowing Mirage and Yindarai here, and then we can play Asvalai, attack with the Asvalai, and see what they do. Our other line that I can think of here would be play Billowing Mirage, pitching Yindarai, and then we get to pitch I don't know. I kind of like our line of blocking 6 here. I think blocking 6 is fine. You don't like playing Asvalai puts right now? It puts you at 0 Ash for a very medium turn. I mean, that's fair. I could attack with Ether Ashwing here. Let's see, what does this do? Banishes a card from their arsenal. So this basically serving the role of Command and Conquer, so I can just crown this away to draw an extra card here. I mean, that seems fine. Yeah, bro, 11:30 a.m. Dude. It gets me every time to think about that. I'm sure it'll become more normal the more we hang out, like the more we talk and stuff, but like right now it gets me to think about. So if we play Burn Them All, then our Ashwings have go again. So we'll play Burn Them All, attack with an Ashwing. So they don't have any AB, so... Ooh, and then they put a crown, they crown here. Interesting. Interesting. Walk with Dragons, attack with red attacks. With loads of poppers, her deck runs a lot of red attacks. I mean, that's true. So Vinsset does have a lot of natural poppers. That is very true. So we'll try to lean on our red attack actions here. See if we can make it happen. Our opponent probably doesn't want to give up a popper if they have one. It might be their only like Rune Gate card here. So I'm thinking play Sigil, go to 36, and then Arsenal Azvali here. And then maybe there's a turn where I can set up and try to make it happen a little bit here. I think that's probably the play. I guess I could pitch Azvali to Furnace to make another Ash, and then I could play Sigil later. No, I think I'm in the business of arsenaling the Azvali. They don't have AB. I mean, I guess I could play Azvali and attack here, and then I have Seeker's Mitts to bail me out with the Ash, based off of what Nara's saying. Let's try that. Nara? Lol, it sounds just like Mara. That's funny. Considering that I ended up playing the Azvali here, I'm probably supposed to just arsenal the Sigil of Solace here and keep like the... and then we'll pass on this. I'm supposed to just keep the... I don't know what you undid. Oh yeah, that didn't pass through blocks. Seeker's a safety valve to not get murdered for 0 Ash. Yeah, I played one of the early times I was playing Dromai. I kind of got punished for having for having no Ash one time. So this is on hit. Okay, so my thought process here is pitch Skittering Sands. Actually, let's see here. So if I take the Rune Chance, he'll gain 1 life here, which is fine. And I don't want him to gain any Rune Chance, so I can give Billowing Mirage and Flamescale Furnace. And then on my turn, I'm attacking with Rabble. I guess I can pitch Seeker's Mitts here. I can pitch to Seeker's Mitts here to play Skittering Sands. I don't really want him to have the Mauvrian Skies here. I could play Lost in Thought if I wanted to. I like Lost in Thought into Dragons, Arsenal Rabble, and Billowing. So Lost in Thought into Dragons, which means we're blocking 5 here. Okay, which means we'll pitch the Skittering Sands to play Lost in Thought, and then attack with my Dragons, and then Arsenal my Rabble if it comes to that. Alright. I like that. Lost in Thought is 100% played though for Ash. Yeah, that makes sense. So I guess my thought process was pitch Skittering Sands to activate Seeker's Mitts on one of the Rune Chants, and then I can block with Billowing Mirage and Flamescale Furnace, and then I have the capability of they're attacking a dragon, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, it makes sense that they attacked my Azvali. I always forget that like sometimes I gotta like read into that a little bit and see what happens there. So if they I think we're just going to take this here. Like, I have no reason to block this. Lost in Thought is so good to remove their poppers. Epic play. Also know they have no more free dragon attacks. Yeah, that's true. So they hit an Ashwing, which is interesting. So if I go Lost in Thought take a card out of their hand, play Ravenous Rabble, attack with Ether Ashwing, then I can play I can arsenal the Billowing Mirage here, pitching the Skittering Sands. That doesn't seem like a bad idea, because we'll have it for next turn. Lost in Thought as late as possible. Interesting. So I guess they've already seen it, so we've given away the surprise that you wanted me to hang on to. But yeah, if they give us a card earlier, then we're definitely in a better spot. You guys definitely know more about Dromai than I do. So 4 comes in. We're gonna pitch Skittering Sands to play Lost in Thought, and I would play Rabble into Billowing, then arsenal it for next turn. So I'd consider arsenaling it for next turn. It definitely doesn't seem like a bad idea. So the question is, can they get 3 Rune Chants? Who is lost this turn, banishes a card from their arsenal. I think we're gonna get rid of this. And then we'll come in for 1 Arcane and 1 Ashwing here. Yeah, I don't hate the idea of having Lost in Thought in Arsenal there for next turn to try and set up for a little bit of a bigger turn, but we don't have the we don't have Nourishing Emptiness in our deck, so banishing okay. So banishing attacks isn't super relevant. So this is going to be for 12 and 3 Rune Chants. So if I take 6 here, I'll play, okay, and then get punished. Watch Mara versus Levia from last weekend. Top 8 for a good example of how backbreaking that can be. Fair enough, that makes sense. Want to play it when you have dragons to play, or just kind of taking a card out of hand. So if I block Yindarai Kaloria, so I'm trying to think. I can block 2 dragons and go 7. I can... So I get to block 6 and attack for 7, which is a 13-point turn. Or I can block 3, attack for 10, with the chance of my Ashwing getting popped. So there's a few options here. I feel like blocking 6 and attacking for 7 is our best play. Block 3, swing Ashwing, Billowing, swing Billowing, E-Strike, draw, no dragon attack, I guess. Draw might give him a reason to snaps. Yeah, so that's probably one of those things that I'm not using as fast as I should here is snaps. Like, snaps is one of those things that, like, I've spent so much time playing Flesh and Blood that, like, in my head, I need to hang on to it as long as possible. So, I mean, at this point, the point of us snapping, like drawing a card and snapping, would be pretty not great. We'd be looking for a 0 for 4, which would make our attack for 11 points, and then we block 6. So, I guess we could go 5 draw card here and try to, like, snap and, like, make something happen, because that makes our turn 5, 8, 9, 10. But if we draw a 0 for 4, then we have 5, 9, 10, 11, which makes our turn... I guess using Billowing Mirage to just put stuff into play. I think, like, actually probably, like, E-Strike draw card here is just, like, probably the correct play, because it gives me the capability of turning our turn into a 16-point turn. Billowing off of Azvali, swing Dragon, Arsenal E-Strike, that's also an option. I think using E-Strike gives me an option of, like, having a bigger upside of a turn here. because I can snap this, which they know is going to happen based off of what we've done so far. So they go to 16 here. We do turn one of these into an Ashwing, and then they get to decide if they actually want to block this or not. Yeah, it feels like there was a few different lines we could have taken there that kind of like give us different ideas. So we'll come in for 1 arcane and 1 physical. If they have multiple poppers, or like if they can have a turn and pop this, they probably will. They haven't used Spellbound Creepers yet, or played a Revel, and Revel is really what allows their like turns to go off. Spellbound Creepers and Revel are honestly what allow you to have like insanely broken turns in the Vinsset deck. At least in my experience, that's what makes Vinsset so broken. And then I guess we'll get rid of Blaze, Rabble. So it looks like my opponent's turn is just going to be 6 and a Rune Chant. And they're going to go to 12. So if we take the Rune Chant, and then if we take 6, we go to 12, and we're both at 12. So if we go to 12 and they go to 12, we can play Mirror Guy and then probably try to take our chances here. I don't know. Like, they're probably going to try and have a bigger turn here. So if we go for... So we pitch Burn Them All to play Mirror Guy, attack for 2 and 1 Arcane, and then we pitch Skittering Sands to Furnace and come in with Command and Conquer. We can take the chances on the Ashwings there if we want to, but I don't think it's necessary. Or Skittering, or Mirror Guy plus Skittering. So Mirror Guy and Skittering is also a line we could take. I think that... So if we do Mirror Guy and Skittering, we can play Burn Them All number 2, play Mirror Guy, off pitching the Command and Conquer, and then play Skittering Sands. We have no Ash after that. Also gives BTA. I'm not sure what you mean by BTA. I think either way we're taking this. Like, we can go to 12 here. I like playing the Command and Conquer here. Oh, Burn Them All, gotcha. But a swole non-phantasm Ashwing for 4+2 Arcane, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if my opponent arsenals like Command and Conquer is the obvious attack here, in my opinion, and Rhoda, that's kind of what I was debating. I don't know if it's correct to actually swing with an Ashwing or not. I'm honestly not 100% sure if it's correct to swing with an Ashwing, because if they have multiple Ashwings, they give us a card, and then they have multiple things. So, man, I don't know. This is weird. I mean, the CNC line does seem the best, I agree, because they have to give us 2 cards, or they have to give us a card, Grasp, Tunic, and Spellbound Creepers, which I would consider a win. I think I'm going to take the CNC line. It seems like the most... I don't know. It seems like the best. Seems like the best here, in my opinion. Lost in Thought was pretty cool. Swing mirror Guy and then CNC. Yeah, so I think that swinging the Ashwings is kind of a trap, if you want the truth. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like the Ashwings, like, so it's a little different because we're not playing against Oldhim. But when I played Oldhim and people would swing the Ashwings, I would just pop them. People would do that instead of people would like swing their Ashwings and then I would pop them and then they wouldn't get to play their CNC. Now, as an Oldhim player, I honestly thought Redline Dromai was a buy for the most part, and I know that a lot of people don't agree with that opinion, but I mean, and I very well could have just been skill gapping people. That is 100% a possibility, but I was definitely like beating a lot of people. Command and Conquer, Mirage, E-Strike, Flame Call. Then we'll go burn them all, then that. So we don't have snaps here. What is this attack for? 3? I mean, we're getting close to being able to like arcane them out of the game here. I feel like we need to find like, my first thought is play Mirror Guy off of Snatch, attack with Mirror Guy, and then so we pitch Snatch to play Mirror Guy, and then we pitch Invoke Thermite to play Lost in Thought. That seems like the best line to me. If they don't have the extra popper, we go full swing into Snatch. So I'm thinking pitch Snatch because I wanna see if they block with a card on the Mirror Guy because they're worried about life points, and then we can take a popper. But I guess they're gonna save poppers anyway, so we should just lead on Lost in Thought. Yeah, leading on Lost in Thought just makes sense here. So they do have multiple poppers here. I think I'd rather not give them Rune Chance, I think is what we're looking at. So I honestly still feel like we're looking at Mirror Guy, no Phantasm. And I think we're going to attack with the Ashwings here because if they want to give me a popper, then that's great. We know that they have no other attack actions in their hand. So they technically do have things that they could play because we have banished them here. But maybe they feel like they don't need the extra cards. Maybe I'm just supposed to play Snatch here. Bring out Mirror Guy first before swinging Ashwings, though, I guess. I mean, yeah, like you mean play Mirror Guy before swinging Ashwings? Because I was thinking that we could end on Snatch. So my thought process here is that if I attack with the 2 Ashwings, then I can activate Furnace off of Snatch and then Arsenal the Mirror Guy. And I'm setting up for like a pretty good end game here. Let's attack with the Ashwing. I think that attacking with Ashwing and activating Furnace to go back up to 4 Ash here is fine. I don't know. We can't end on Snatch when they play Pop and they have banished attacks already. I mean, that is true. I guess setting up the Dragon's probably the best case scenario here. Yeah, no, you're right. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. You guys are definitely just seeing my inexperience with Dromai. We gotta get rid of 5 cards. Let's go Snatch, then that. We'll play Thermai. So Burn Them All's basically just gonna kill him here. Also might have wanted to pitch Mirror Guy, so after Lost in Thought, Furnace into Thermai would have been available, just a bigger Dragon Swing. I had considered trying to put the Thermai into play there. So okay, so they're just hitting a dragon here. Like, this is the part of the game that we want to be in when they're forced to, like, block and make these awkward decisions. Ugh, that's not good for us. So if let's think about our options here. We have a few options here. Burn them all, Flame Call, Mirror Guy, into swing Mirror Guy seems very nice. Burn them all, Flame Call. Yeah, no, that does seem nice, but we're definitely going to have to block here. Like, there's no way for us to get around blocking here. So I can take 4 and go to 6 here. And then I can... Yeah, that line blocks with 1 sink. Burn them all. How is that line blocking with 1 sink? If you're wanting to play Flame Call and Mirror Guy, that costs 2 resources. We can't play Burn them all and then play both of these cards with only one other card in our hand. I don't understand how that line does what you want to. Oh, it gets Flame Call. Dude, okay, never mind. Ignore me. Ignore me. You are completely correct. All right, so we're going to take 4, go to 6 here, and then I'm going to block with Furnace and a Sink Below. And then I guess I'm just supposed to put Sink Below on the bottom because we have nothing but reds in our deck so that our plan functions no matter what we want to do. And maybe we find a better option here. Like... Might also get a better 0 cost than Burn them all. Yeah, that makes sense. Am I lagging or something? Do I need to refresh? Yeah, I don't know. My opponent might be... I don't know what they're doing here. So the last Rune Chant goes away. We'll put our Sink Below on the bottom, and we find a Sink Below. Lol, Moto Bug. All right, burn them all. Flame Call into Mirror Guy. Swing the house. So, burn them all. Play Flame Call. We go and get the Phoenix Flame, which is important to our process here that I was not thinking about. So 3 go again. Our opponent blocks 3 here. Okay. Sometimes it tells you the resolution step, and I feel like it doesn't need to, but play Mirror Guy here. Attack with Mirror Guy for 2 arcane and 2 physical. Our opponent gives us a card. And then we're going to swing the Ashwing here. They block with Grasp. They want to keep their cards. Okay. They're probably going to have to kill the Mirror Guy here or kill us. Like, those are their only 2 options, I feel like. So, so it got rid of our other one, right? Okay, yep, okay. So sink, then that. So we did shuffle, so I was like, we did have a chance of drawing our sink there. Must be gonna pitch a yellow. Oh, play Runeblood Incantation. And they're going to pass. Interesting. I have to say I didn't see that coming. We could Seekers here just to opt. Yeah, so I mean... Oh, were you talking about the end of our turn just to see what we were going to draw into? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So... The line that stands out the most is 5 go again off E-Strike, putting Thermai on the bottom, Blaze Headlong into Miragai into Ashwing. And then we arsenal the Thermai, or we can activate Furnace. I think we're arsenaling the Thermai. E-Strike go again into Blaze starts this turn, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so I mean, that definitely seems like I was trying to make sure there wasn't like a different line that I couldn't find somewhere. So that's the thing about me playing new decks, is that when I start playing a new deck, I'm definitely trying to like focus on all the different lines that I can take. So that's something that you'll hear me talking about a lot. Sometimes I'll end up choosing the wrong line, but I'm a firm believer that the only way I'm going to learn how to get better with these other decks that I don't get to play that regularly is by trying different lines and just seeing what works and what doesn't work. It's pretty much how I learned to play everything that I've learned to play so far in the game. That and the help of a lot of good friends and a great community. Because, like, honestly, I come from playing Magic, and not that, like, I really want to, like, rag on the Magic community or anything, but I have nothing but amazing things to say about the Flesh and Blood community. Like, every single person I have met playing Flesh and Blood along the way has been nothing short of awesome. Like, they have been great. They've been great to play against. They've been great to hang out with. Like, I've enjoyed it a lot. So, all right. Well, we end up getting the first game. I mean, maybe they, like, I don't know if they had no blocks in their hand or what was going on, but, like, if they could have blocked and lived, I guess they didn't have a popper. That was probably what happened. They didn't have a popper there. So we just kind of, like, ran them out of poppers and went through the course of the game there. All right. 1-0. I'm going to open up my spreadsheet over here. We're on Talishar. We played against Vinsset. We went first, win, close game. All right. I think our opponent having like a setup hand there at the end of the game was like a little rough for like what I think they needed to have something different there to like really have a chance to like win that game there at the end, because it was a close game. We just ended up with tempo at the end of the game. Dude, I love the things that you find, Ben. I love the things that you give. Dude, I know it says elbow cough, but dude, that is like 100% just like like that little like duck is totally dabbing on somebody. All right, now this is going to be an interesting matchup because oh no. Oh, it's up here at the top. Okay, I was about to like have a stroke. I was like, because brother, I'm going to tell you right now, I do not know how to sideboard. All right, so okay, so she takes out Kylorias. Takes out Kylorias and Thermais, brings in Nourishing Emptiness. So I think we're probably trying to play to the pitch stack Nourishing Emptiness here for Burn Them All, which I like. What does YouTube know about the emotes they put there? Exactly. That's what I'm saying, dude. Exactly. Passing Mirage makes sense. The deck with a lot of poppers. Sand Cover is interesting. I guess we're just bringing in the defense reactions. Obviously, Flicker Trick doesn't really play that well here, so I'm intrigued to see how it goes. This is probably going to be an L if I had to guess. Like, this feels like this is going to be a rough game. Calorias are out. Hey, this is coming from Mara herself, so I'm taking her word for it. So I think I'm gonna play Sigil of Solace, activate Furnace with Yindarai, Arsenal Burn Them All. I think that's our play here. So Burn Them All. Ho-ho! Ho-ho! Wow. Like, I feel bad for my opponent, but like, wow, what a good way to start this game. I have never had somebody request to chat with me so quickly. So quickly. Like, man, I hate that for my opponent, I really do, but like at the same time, dang. So if we play Burn Them All, I think 4 of the 5 times I've re-rolled, I've hit a 1 again. I don't know if it even feels that way. Might have just actually messed it up. I mean, like, honestly, it doesn't feel like the numbers are not accurate entirely. So play Burn Them All, pitch Invoke Azuri to play Mirror Guy, and then attack with Mirror Guy, and then activate Furnace off Snatch to play Command and Conquer is my thought process here. Hey, what's up, Bosun? Bosun? I don't know how you say that, but how are you, man? I appreciate you coming by and hanging out. Yeah, I'm not just whining. I think they might have genuinely made an error somewhere, maybe relating to keeping the value when you undo or something. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, I think my opponent has like a genuine point here. So let's play Mirror Guy. I don't know that playing Mirror Guy this early in the game is correct. Based off of like how I feel like this game probably goes. I feel like you probably have to pitch stack a little bit to win this game. I don't know, like maybe this is one of those matchups that kind of feels like a free roll. I don't know. I could have played Snatch, and if they let Snatch hit, then pop Snaps and then pitch my card to then play Command and Conquer. I don't know. I imagine they'll give me Husk here if I had to guess. Or no, not Husk, Crown. Lord. I looked at Husk and I was thinking Crown because Crown makes way more sense. So they don't care to get behind a little bit because they can probably play catch up. We'll banish the Sigil and then we'll go Azuri, then Snatch here. Okay. If they ever roll a 6 and they have the capability of just like throwing double claw at that, so at my Mirror Guy, so banish a Command and Conquer. Okay. Just skipped a bit through Mara's match against Levia in Cincinnati, and she definitely had Kylorian still. Might be a mistake in the matchup setup, since Kylos are the best attacker by far. Okay, I mean, yeah, that's definitely a possibility, dude. Like, I am not gonna argue that that's not the case at all, because, like, I mean, what? That's yeah, I think my opponent's just frustrated. Like, it sounds like they're just having a bad day. I mean, roll 2 1s and then be upset. I completely understand. Like, I've been at that point, so no Caloria is the strategy, apparently. Yeah, clearly Mara's onto something. Get your opponent to concede before they play. Oh, man. What? I hate when people disconnect. Well, I'm definitely not going to count that as a win because that's not something that would happen in real life, like, ever. So, yeah, I'd like to go first. Good luck, have fun, opponent. We'll do the same thing we did against them last game and just put in our sync belows and leave in our same 57 cards. Maybe passing Mirage is necessary. Play Rabble, pitch Dromai to activate Furnace. Arsenal, burn them all. Is like what comes to mind. I could throw the Command and Conquer, but what a waste. What a waste. What a waste. Just swing CNC, make 2 Ash and be happy. Okay, that's fair. And I assume we'll keep the Rabble here as a way to put on pressure to our opponent here without a popper. Seems like the best choice of thing to keep. It feels weird to me throwing CNC this early. Like, throwing CNC without them having an arsenal. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm definitely not saying, like, you're wrong, Nara. I just, like, I don't know. It just feels weird to throw to throw Command and Conquer without there being like a massive on-hit value that we could just be like getting out of it. So they'll probably give us two. What? I'm genuinely, I can't tell if that's a good thing for me or a bad thing, but my opponent just gave me what is arguably their best card, in my opinion. Oh, they wanted to lose a life to play Funeral Moon here. All right, I mean, I don't think Revel in Runeblood was worth you giving me that card there, but Ravenous Rabble. So this is going to be for 6. We take the rune chance here. Sure, but CNC is here. Just make 2 Ash, which is good enough for turn 0 play since we didn't have a good setup in hand otherwise. I mean, yeah, that definitely makes sense. So considering this is for 6, my first thought is, since this has a Shadow Puppetry attached, I can just block Dromai, Rake, and Skittering Sands because they have a lot of poppers in their deck, and then we get to go Rabble into Snatch because they don't have Grasp to like bail them out with Equipment Block. So we get to block this out entirely, and then they don't get the Shadow Puppetry effect, and then we get to throw 8 at them. So we're blocking 7, 3, 5, 7, attacking for 8, which is 15 points with an on-hit effect. I think that seems fine. I could also block Skittering Sands, invoke Dromai, and then pitch Rake the Embers for Mitts. But I think, I don't know, like Mitts, like, I mean, having 3 Ash is good, but I think we maybe want to save Mitts for a turn where we can make it matter. Maybe I'm supposed to keep the Skittering Sands here. Maybe I'm supposed to go, I don't know. Let's block like this. I think this is the most effective way to play our hand. I could keep the Skittering Sands and go Rabble, like Snatch, and then Arsenal the Skittering Sands here. Or if they let it hit, I don't know. No. If we can get Mitts value without actually losing something, it is awesome. Okay, so that's a good note to have. You don't wait for it, as using 1 card to prevent is normally awful. I mean, that is very true. I guess it feels like it feels like a good setup card when you end up going second, that you can just pitch it on turn 0. So it definitely makes sense that I was supposed to use it right there. So I definitely could have pitched the Skittering Sands there to the Seeker's Mitts, and that would have been pretty good. Also, Flame Call Awakening, a pretty good card. Yep, Seeker's Mitts almost always want us to go second. See, it's interesting because I honestly wasn't sure what the matchup preferences were like on whether I wanted to go first or second when I was thinking about playing tonight, because I know that Dromai like typically wants to go first because she gets to set up Ash that way, but my opponent decides to value block here. Being able to Arsenal the Flame Call Awakening here would be awesome. Like, my opponent might also just, like... they can't block with 2 cards from hand here because then they won't really have a turn. So, if they gave me a card and gave me a card in Crown, I would not be surprised. But they know we're playing Command and Conquer, so they probably want to save their Crown for Command and Conquer. Yep, card and Crown. That makes sense. And they sink their Arsenal. And then we're just going to pass. Hopefully we can kind of abuse Flame Call Awakening this turn. If not, we might just try to Arsenal it and set it up for a better turn. So the weird thing is that I can go Blaze, Snap, pitch their Mai to go Flame Call Awakening, and then pitch the Phoenix Flame for Command and Conquer because they're gonna Arsenal a card. And that's a good card. That's a good turn, but like a weird use of our snaps. And it's also use of snaps on a card that we don't need to snap, like that we can try to set up. Because I think I'm just gonna do that. I think I'm gonna take that line. I mean, the other option is pitch their Mai and Blaze Headlong to throw Command and Conquer after we take a ton of damage here. Which I'm not, like, they're getting ahead of us because of the Rune Chance here. Oh, they do have an Eloquence token. It says no on hit effects, so I can just take 5 here and go to 29, I think. So we're definitely going to be using snaps here. I wish we, like, Sigil of Solace or something would be cool. Definitely feels weird to do that. And then we get to throw our Command and Conquer here, and they're forced to give us 2 cards or lose their arsenal. All right, that was a pretty good turn. I hate that we had to use our snaps on a card that we didn't need to use it on, but... Guys, I appreciate y'all hanging out tonight. I know that my Dromai gameplay is probably not the most riveting thing in the world because I'm still learning a lot about it, but I appreciate y'all hanging out tonight. Whether you're hanging out on YouTube or Kick or wherever you're at, I appreciate y'all hanging out. It means a lot. So we get their Deathly Well there. Okay. And we'll go Thermai then that. So... we can go Caloria for 4 with no Phantasm here. We could also go Billowing Mirage into Caloria. We could block 9 and throw Snatch here because we are up 4 points. So if we have the opportunity to keep our hand, we could do that. Or, I mean, to keep our life lead, not our hand. So they're kind of getting no value off of their Eloquence token here. What? Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. They undid that. Okay. I'm going to read that card. Create a Rune Chant token for each Rune Blade attack action card revealed this way. Then put the cards on top of your deck in any order. Interesting. I hadn't really considered playing that card in my Vinsset list. So that's a Crucible card. That's not a... Alright, so they hit 2 Runeblade cards, so they go up to 4 Rune Chants. And then they get to put them back in any order. No Phantasm, Kylo is juicy. Yeah, honestly, like that seems like a pretty sweet play. This does have Go Again, which I'm not a huge fan of. So we're going to take... We take 4, we take 5, and then they have Flail. If I'm going to throw the No Phantasm Caloria, there's not really much I can do about it, like, otherwise. I don't know. Like, I think we'll just go to 20 here. My turn doesn't attack for a lot, which is, like, pretty lackluster. I wish it attacked for more. They do banish Phantom Wraith. They close the combat chain, and How did they lose life this turn? Sure, but in turn, they throw at least 4 at Mirror Guy, I assume. I mean, yeah, probably. So they might not now because we're taking a lot here. So if we take 6, we go to 12. Yeah, I still don't understand how they lost life. Like, did I miss something? Did anybody see how they lost life? Because I don't understand. Vinsset ability? Oh, they paid for the Vinsset ability. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. Actually, let's activate Furnace in case I draw into a 1-coster that I want to play. You like to see this? Okay, so they are going to give us a card here. Their hand must be pretty good. Oh, they had the sink below. Oh, yeah, so actually we knew that because they revealed the cards, which means there's like absolutely 0 worlds where it was correct to do that. To take all of that damage to do that. So play Asvali, or I guess we can, I don't know, like we can't take a lot of damage here. Like we can't take a ton. Yeah, no, dude, that's not on you. That's on me. I wasn't paying attention. And I wasn't thinking correctly. That was completely my fault. So my thought process here is, what does this say? Banish a card from my arsenal. So we can play Asvali, we can play Lost in Thought, play Blaze Headlong, then come in for 4, draw a card, on hit draw a card. I think we're taking 1 regardless here. Oh, they're hitting Mirror Guy. So none of what I'm trying to figure out matters. So now I get to pitch Sink Below. So we play Asvali here. We're going to go down to 3 Ash. We're going to play Blaze Headlong for 4 go again. Then I'm going to pitch the Sink Below to play Lost in Thought and try to sneak in a dragon hit. Like force them to like block with cards or give us Kyloria. Hopefully there's not 2 poppers. I'd like to be able to get away with stealing their only popper here. So, oh my gosh, we did? Deathly Well, Sutcliffe's Research Notes, Oasis, Respite, read the runes. So they can still block this, but I mean, they have to, so if they block this, they have to pitch one of their reds to play Respite here. Or they have to give us notes and read the runes. Like, they have to make a decision here. Yeah, Dragon Smash, absolutely, dude. That was a great hit off of Lost in Thought. Dude, Lost in Thought was the MVP right there. That's a clippable moment for any time I'm questioning if Lost in Thought is good enough, and I'm just gonna have to say, remember that time you absolutely blew out a Vinsset? What's going on, phone? What are we doing? Am I lagging, or is my opponent debating what they're doing? I think my opponent's debating if they're going to give me a card here or not. Okay, so I guess we still don't know. Okay, so they're going to stop our draw to basically say that they're not going to take a turn. I mean, this is great. If they had Tunic, this would be like a lot worse of a situation for us. Which means they're going to banish their notes. And then, or I guess they're going to block here. So they're going to take one, and then they're going to block with the notes. They have AB, but they can block two, or they can prevent one off of AB. So yeah, it makes sense that they did it this way. They play Funeral Moon from their arsenal to make a rune chant. Okay. Right back. How's the game's been going? We won the first game off the back of chat basically coaching me through how to play this deck. And right now it feels like we are pretty much on the same path here. Chat is walking me through how to play this deck, and we're getting there because of it. So, like, we're down a little bit right now, but it feels like we have a lot of the tempo going into like these turns. So my first thought is just to say E-strike, E-strike, like the first one says draw a card. Or the first one says go again, the second one says draw a card, and then we arsenal a card. That feels like the line to me. So we just go to 10, and then am I supposed to go... Am I supposed to pitch to Seeker's Mitts here? Pitch Billowing Mirage to Seeker's Mitts. Go E-strike, put Yindarai on the bottom for go again, and then attack with Caloria? Is that the play I'm supposed to make here? I have noticed playing Dromai that you go lower in life until the last few turns. I mean, that makes sense. So that makes sense that like that's how the game would be played. E-strike, go again, Billowing, make them pop an Ashwing if they don't swing Asvali. So E-strike, go again, pitch. So we're putting the E-strike on the bottom, pitch Yindarai to Billowing Mirage, and then attack that way. I also like that play. I don't like, so like this is weird. Like, do I want to give them a rune chant and get them closer to their Deathly Delight? Now their Deathly Delight is only 2, so it's not like they can just like Quill Hand to get me at any time. I don't think I'm supposed block with armor to deny rune chant. So see, that's exactly what I'm sitting here debating right now. Like, is if it's worth it. And so I like, if I'm thinking about it and you're thinking about it, then we're probably supposed to be doing that. That or we're both wrong. Either way ought to be a lot of fun. Oh man. If you guys, I mean, it's close. Yeah, no, I get that. Like, it is a very close decision. If you guys hang around the stream long enough, you guys learn that I quote movies a lot. So be warned in advance. Let's go Billowing Mirage, and we'll make an Ashwing. My opponent takes 3 here. Don't know Vinsset. I mean, so like I probably have, let's see how many games I have on Vinsset so far. I have 15 games on Vinsset, and I'm 12-3. So, I mean, take that for what it's worth. Again, like some of that might be me like skill gapping people. Isn't that a popper they blocked with? Yeah, it is. They absolutely blocked a popper on the E-strike. They did. Oh, dude, that's cool. I don't even know where you found that. I like that one. That's a fun emote, Ben. Guys, for anybody who's new to this stream, I multi-stream. I stream on Kick and YouTube at the same time. So if you're ever on Kick and you hear me talking to like what seems like chat, but you don't like see anything, it's because it's on YouTube. So you still in game 2? Damn son, it's a quarter after midnight. It's only 18 after 8. But yes, like I am doing a much learned tonight, so it's taking a while. The other times when you were saying it was taking forever, that's just because I was playing Oldhim and Oldhim was required to fatigue people. So let's see if they give me a popper here. So like they can give me a popper. The floor of their turn, honestly, could just be pop Quillhand, like banish a card, pop Quillhand, come in for 4 and 3 rune chance. Oh, what? What? No popper? Duke it out. Time is a construct. You are absolutely correct. Time is a construct. Man, it's like some pretty next level hippie stuff for me, but I am inclined to agree with you. What you mean by it's only 9 after 12? It's lunchtime here. I guess that's fair. It probably is lunchtime there. Num 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 num. Yeah, let's go. Never didn't have it off the top rope. Ah! Putting all the pressure on our opponent. It's almost 2:20 a.m. here. Oh my gosh. Well, dude, I appreciate you hanging out at 2:20 in the morning. Brother, where do you live that is 2:20 a.m. there? I'm trying to think. Let's see, that's 6 hours ahead of me. So I'm guessing the UK. The UK was about 6 hours ahead of me when I went for Magic a few years ago, I think. Maybe I'm crazy. So okay. And now they're going to throw 3 rune chance and 4 physical here. Good morning. Just woke up. Dude, I love that y'all are all from all over the world and like come to hang out, man. Like that means a lot. Just woke up. What time is it where you're at, you? No, Germany, 1 hour further. Ah, I was close. I'll take that. I mean, I don't like, maybe not culturally, but so if I block with Kyloria, actually, if I block with Billowing Mirage, I can pitch Kyloria for Lost in Thought, and then I can play Burn Them All, pitch Kyloria for Lost in Thought, and then try to go ham with the dragons, which means I take 3 rune chance here. I guess I have an Ashwing, so I do have AB now. So if I block Billowing Mirage and Crown here, I can sink the Kyloria in hopes of finding something else to do. It'll get rid of Popper, then the game over? I hope so. Germany is beautiful? Yes, it absolutely is. For anybody that's not aware, Carly is my girlfriend, and she loves to travel the world and see things. So she's a lot more cultured than I am, I would say. So it's 8:20 a.m. there. Oh, so you're 12 hours ahead of me. Okay, so like this is gonna sound very like American and like very uninformed, but the only country that I'm aware that's 12 hours ahead of me is China. So, or 12 hours ahead of us here in the US is China. So I think this has definitely presented us with a choice because we could go for the whole no Phantasm play, but I still think Lost in Thought is our best option. Maybe we just get our opponent again. Oh, no, we didn't just get him this time. Sad days are sad. Close? Singapore? Oh, okay, cool. So I was close. Play Mirror Guy, swing Kylo. So I honestly thought about playing the Mirror Guy and swinging Kyloria there. That's definitely like a thought that I had. We're going to take the Widespread Annihilation and make them pop with the Phantom Banshee because Widespread Annihilation is harder to play. And that is 100% my thought process there. I'm going to play Burn Them All. And then... Wait, what happened to the... Why is it not over here in their Banish Zone? Did I miss something? Oh, they put it on the bottom of their deck. So that was definitely a mistake. Oh well. I've passed my window, so oh well. They're dead to like to Arcane 2 or 3 times? Yeah, absolutely. So we're just, I was getting ready to say that I'm going to swing Azvali here because they have to give me their other popper. And we're still going to put them to 4 off of the 2 Arcane because they have no AB here. So, and then if they don't kill this Azvali, then we can do it again and put them to 2 the following turn. So we're like putting them in a good spot here. Just started playing Fab. I only recently described for you from your introduction to draft video and prep for going to the Dusted On pre-release for my first game ever. Got destroyed though. Haha. Hey, dude, if somebody tells you that they have not been destroyed playing Flesh and Blood, they are lying to you. I 100% like, dude, everybody gets beat up on, man. It happens. I feel like I've spent more time getting beat up on than not getting beat up on over the course of me playing Flesh and Blood. So I completely get it. But man, I'm glad that the intro to draft video was good prep for you, man. I'm glad that helped out. Like, man, I made that video with the understanding that like it probably wouldn't get a ton of views up first. But I made that video because I want new players to feel welcome to the community and like they have an idea of, hey, like you can do this or you can do that, and like certain situations, and like they just give it understanding to like kind of the basics of the game, because that's something I did not have when I got into card games as a whole. So I'm glad that worked out for you though. I'm so lost at what I'm seeing here. Yeah, I get that. Oh man, I love how diverse your chat is. You've had like people from New Zealand, Germany, and now Singapore. Oh, it is awesome. Look at Fab bringing the world together. It 100% is, and like Flesh and Blood is amazing for that. That hand kills. Oh yeah, dude, the 3 Arcane just absolutely ends the game here. Dromai is the Dragon Illusionist. Yes, she is the Dragon Illusionist. You got 1 win though, dude. That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Second, burn them all in Dromai. Swing Dromai. Yep, and then they're done. Absolutely. So I actually think. So we're gonna take the 3 Arcane here. And go to what? We're going to go to 4 here. We were at 7. So we go to 4. What is this? Okay, so he's activating Vinsset. And then when he comes in with the flail, I'm actually just going to pitch Yindarai to the Seeker's Mitt here. And then we have play Azvali, play Dromai, play Burn Them All, attack with Dromai for 2 Arcane, and then attack with one of our Azvalis. So, and then we get to prevent the flail, which means they don't get a, oh, put that on the bottom. We don't want that. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. So, play Dromai. I'm going to attack with the Dromai first, because even though I know that the Azvali ends the game, they did show us respites earlier, and I don't want to get blown out by a respite because I was playing too quickly and wasn't thinking about my lines all the way through. This actually happened to me last night when I was testing Rhea Adams' Icelander list into Zach, a guy on our team. He was playing Bravo, and I went for a Stormstrider's kill when oh, this has Arcane Barrier. Oh, I was not thinking about that. That just has Arcane Barrier. Whoops. So yeah, that wasn't just lethal there, but I actually went for a play a little too quickly last night. I went for a Stormstrider's play when Zach had a Steadfast that he actually played, and it stopped me from winning the game. Now, I was so far ahead that it didn't matter, but I had so many Frost Hexes just on the board and set up that it didn't matter, but still it was... Oh, excuse me. But still, it was an incorrect decision. So... Wait, what? Yeah, dude, that thing has that thing has AB, and I honestly forgot about it until it just happened right there. Now they had all reds they had to pitch, so I don't think they can get out of this one way or another because Dromai gives us an action point here. They are still dead, but I mean, all right. If he pops this, we'll have 1 card to block Last Dragon. Yeah. So, I mean, him only having 1 popper in this hand and the Dromai just kind of ended the game here. So it feels pretty good to beat up on I'm going to attack with the Ashwing here for the win. Okay, Vinsset is not as pop happy as it seems. Yeah, so, like, there's not, like, an uber ton of them, but there's, like, I think there's more than there are in most decks, so I think it, like you have more than, like, you would in most games, but I don't think that it plays, like, you know, I don't think it's, like, Oldham number of poppers, if that's what we're looking for there. All right, Talishar, Vinsset. We went first this game. I mean, like, that was a close game, but the dragons were just overwhelming, and we just ended up getting there. Seems more like Azuri than Brood or Guardian. Yeah, I absolutely. I 100% agree with that statement. Oh, do I not have the deck link anymore? Do I need to find it again? Here we go. Too much time has passed. Copy deck link to clipboard. All right, well, 2-0 on the night. Pretty good start, I would say. More than most decks, but less than Brute. I mean, dude, that's because Brute has so many poppers. Like, it's crazy. Like, I honestly... All right, here we go. We get to run this back again. We didn't get to play this earlier because our opponent was unhappy. So this is what we talked about earlier, how Mara had Calorias in, but she's taken them out in her list for testing. And so I'm honestly curious to know if it's just a difference in, like, if maybe she had a different plan. Like, so there's really 2 things that could have happened here. Mara either after Cincinnati was like, yeah, we don't want Calorias in this matchup, or she thought she didn't beforehand and then decided over the course of the weekend that she did. So if anything, take Yenderize out. All right, well, let's put Calorias in and take Yenderize out then. I think we'd probably be fine just running the 63 card special here, but we'll try it like that. Both get popped, but Kylos are better when protected. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense why Caloria would be better over Yenderai there. All right, so our opponent's running the same setup that our other opponent had. So, Ravenous Rabble, Dust Up, Pitch Mirror Guy for Flamescale, Arsenal Sand Cover. Maybe I'm supposed to pitch the Sand Cover and Arsenal the Mirror Guy. I don't know. It feels weird to, like, think about playing, like, so defensively. She wants to go all red attacks, like, less chance to pop things. Yeah, I mean, that, like, I completely understand that. They give me 2 cards there, which is a little surprising. So we'll throw Dust Up. I don't know. Mirror Guy is, like, worth, like, putting onto the board, so I think I'm going to pitch the Sand Cover here. Like, again, could be a mistake on my part, but I think we're going to pitch the Sand Cover here and Arsenal the Mirror Guy. Mirror Guy's just too powerful of a card all the way around. I guess I could play the Mirror Guy here, but, like, I don't want to give them a chance to kill it on their first turn. This is an interesting hand, to say the least. My opponent rolls a 5. So my hand feels like pitch Rake the Embers, play Mirror Guy, play Asvali, Arsenal Passing Mirage. Or I guess it's attack with Asvali and then play the Passing Mirage. So we still get the block here. Mirror Guy plus Passing Hand, awesome. Yeah, like, it seems like the play. So if we block with Asvali, we can... No. Okay. All right. Well, hit me with it. What's the better line here? Always play Mirror Guy and Passing at once. Yeah, so if we block Asvali, we can pitch Rake the Embers to play Mirror Guy, play Asvali, attack for 2 and 1 Arcane, no Phantasm, and then play Phantasm. And that way we get to keep one of them around. And I say block with Asvali because we could keep it, take a ton of damage here, but I think it's better to block some. I hate to block with an Asvali, but I think we kind of have to play into blocking a little bit here. They discarded a 6, so they get to hit us for another 3 here if they want to. They could also throw like a Swing Big or like a, I don't know. There's lots of things they could throw here. Command and Conquer. Ew. I guess we'll... Yeah, I think we're just going to put this to the bottom. Make good use of our Crown of Providence here. Now we do go to 30. Now our hand doesn't feel great to me, honestly. Like, our hand just doesn't seem that good because they have all their equipment. Like, it's not like we're gonna put them in an awkward spot. They can just give us a card and Scabs on the Snatch. We play the Asvali. Maybe I'm supposed to play Asvali, activate Furnace, play Passing Mirage, and pass. And then Arsenal my Snatch and try to set up for a better turn. Let's go with that. I don't know. We're taking some tempo off here to try and play a little setup, but this is also a hand that's going to require my opponent to kill Passing Mirage. Like, and if they don't kill Passing Mirage, then we're in a pretty good spot here. My opponent doesn't kill Passing Mirage, then we get to throw Kyloria here. Yeah. So they're going to hit Passing Mirage, which I think is like the clearly intelligent thing to do. Play Burn Them All, pitch Snatch to Kyloria, play Passing Mirage. Seems like not a bad setup. I hate to like just put our Passing Mirages into play. Like, I want to put one in with a Kyloria so I can get value out of it. Maybe I'm supposed to just start with Snapdragons and see, or start with Snatch Snaps and see what they do. I mean, we might as well use it here. Like, we have a hand that's like kind of awkward. And so if nothing else, we can pitch the Snap, or we can pitch the Kylo, throw Snatch with Snaps, or sorry, opponent, I need to so now we go to reactions. We're going to use Snaps here. Play Kyloria. We'll go down to 1 Ash, and then we'll throw Snatch. Like, this doesn't really require to be blocked or anything, but we can still put some decent pressure on our opponent. I think we're going to Arsenal the Passing Mirage here. I probably should have pitched Burn Them All to Furnace. That was probably what I was supposed to do. So this is going to be for 9. So we're going to pitch Phoenix Flame to play Billowing Mirage here. And then we block with We just pitched to burn them all, so we have one that's coming back around here. Gonna go to bed for now. Have a good stream and greet Mara for me if she comes around. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate you hanging out, man. Hope you sleep well. I would have played out passing than Arsenal to snatch. That was the other option we had, and it's definitely not a bad option by any stretch of the imagination. I think it would have made our hand better here. I'm honestly thinking block with our burn them alls, and then pitch Phoenix Flame to play Billowing Mirage, make an Ashwing, and then play Passing Mirage. I'm not a huge fan of giving up 2 burn them alls when our opponent doesn't have any AB, but I think it's a fine line that we can take here. I had a speck of dust on my glasses and it was going to drive me crazy. All right. So our opponent takes 3, and then we're going to play Passing Mirage and pass here. So this is going to be a big turn from our opponent. They're going to attack us for quite a bit here. I imagine they'll end their turn killing the Passing Mirage. So I'm thinking block 6, play Dromai, try to make something happen, and then Arsenal our sand cover. And we can use our Seeker's Mitts to get us like kind of like a get out of jail free card here. I don't know. This feels like we're in a bad spot quick here. Feels like our opponent is... I guess I just wasted a point of block. I wasn't supposed to block there. That was just me playing like a schmuck. So I should be at 20. Yeah, our opponent might just be able to kill us here, honestly. Like, they might just be able to run us over. I mean, we are down 24 points already, so... So this is 3 with no Phantasm. So we're going to have 2 action points here, which is kind of nice. So they're going to pop Caloria, which is fine. And then we're going to throw the Ashwing here. We'll see if they pop the Ashwing or not. I'm curious because I will throw the Asvali here if they don't pop. If they don't pop our Ashwing. Get an extra point of damage in here. And they'll go to 28 off of the arcane damage. So they're just going to take this and just keep trying to apply pressure here. So should have attacked with Caloria with Phantasm first and then Dromai. Oh, so you want to make Caloria then Dromai so the Caloria couldn't be popped. If they didn't have so much equipment they could block with, I would have went for that line. I like the line of starting with Dromai because it guarantees we get to attack with everything here. So I can pitch Lost in Thought to make an Ash here to the Seeker's Mitts. I don't know. We have a few different options here. Make them 2-card block or use equipment, then Dromai gives action point even if popped. I mean, yeah, so it definitely gets more equipment out of the way. So we're definitely blocking here. The question I have is, am I pitching Lost in Thought for Seeker's Mitts. So the question that we have here is double Dromai Blaze Headlong better than taking 7 going to 2, pitch Blaze Headlong to play Lost in Thought, then Blaze Headlong Dromai? I mean, we are just stripping a card out of their hand, so we are making their hand immediately worse. It's probably better just to go to 2 like this. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess we just died a Reckless Swing. And they've shown us a Reckless Swing. So, I guess they're just kind of like biding their time at that point. I guess we can try to strip the Reckless Swing out of their hand if they didn't arsenal it. Well, I guess we can't take Reckless Swing. So, my opponent still has 2 poppers. Wow. Insane. Play Dromai. Let's attack with Dromai. We'll go back up to 2 action points here. We'll come in with Blaze Headlong. They're going to give Husk, which makes sense. Get them to 3 cards. Lol. Yeah, no, I mean... Probably didn't set it up the best way possible. I will say that. Like, if they decide to pop this, we get our action point back. It doesn't matter. And then we have Ashwing. Put them to 19. And then Azuri. We have quite a bit of board set up, so if we can hang on just another turn or 2, we can probably make this happen. They need to pitch a Blood Rush and discard a card. I honestly didn't even look at the rest of their hand. Or I know it was all poppers. Oh, gotcha. So they have Wrecker Romp. Oh, okay, so they need to play their... I see what you're saying. So they're going to go for the kill this turn, basically, which, I mean... makes sense, like, because virtually anything will kill us here. Yeah, so we're going to take nothing here on this one. Try to hang on to our... We're going to leave this on top. So we make an Ash there, and then what did they attack? They're attacking me. All right, so we're going to cover up this 5 here. So we're going to stay at 5, and we're going to hope that they don't have something that's big enough to kill us. So we take 7 and die here. Yeah, we got too far behind too quickly. The crazy part is, like, we were one or 2 turns away to be able to, like, get back into that game. I think, honestly, like, we were pretty close right there. Sigil, pitch Ravenous to Seekers to Sand Cover. Yeah, so yeah, that was definitely the line we went for. It just wasn't enough, because the crazy part is with 2 Dromais and a Passing Mirage, we can still just attack for like 9 every turn because we get to keep the the action points off of Dromais, and we have the Azuri to let us attack for more. Hard matchup when they high roll. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I don't really know if that was my opponent, like, high rolling. I mean, they did play 2 Blood Rushes, but it was over the course of like 7 turns, so I don't know if it was like really crazy high rolling or anything. But I mean, my opponent, like, played well, popped when they could, took their big turns, and they got out ahead quickly, and we just fell too far behind to really make anything happen. An extra, like, 5 life there, and we're probably in a pretty good spot. Levia, we went first, loss. Blood Rush turns, that put them ahead, and we couldn't catch up. The other problem with playing against Levia, I feel like, as a Dromai player, is that you just end up in a spot where like you can't, like you just end up in a spot where like they can have poppers and be like, oh, pop this, pop that, blah 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 blah. As an old rule, man, you either roll high or kill or die. I mean, that's fair. The Savage Feast turn to Blood Rush turn is classed as a high roll in my mind. I mean, it was a very good turn from our opponent, so like I'm not saying it wasn't a high roll. I guess it just felt like they played their turn and like they played their turns and we just lost. But yeah, I mean they had a couple of like really good turns right there that like put us behind quickly. Playing against Briar. Let's go second. You know what? Let's go second. We haven't done that all night. Let's see what Mara does here. She brings in Sink Belows and keeps the 57. So I think I get the sense that we're going to be doing that in a lot of matchups, honestly. That's kind of like Mara's game plan here. Talishar, Dromai, and we're going second. All right, we can do this. Had a rough showing against that Levia, but we're about to turn it back around. I think I played against Briar before with this red line list. I think I played against one. Yeah, I played against one Briar, and I won the game that I played. I put like, I don't know, like 5 to 6 Ash Wings on the board, and like they just never really had a way to deal with any of it or stop it. So I feel like Lost in Thought's also going to be insane in this matchup because they have absolutely no way to. Well, I guess that turns all their cards into poppers, but am I pitching to make an Ash here? It feels like the answer is yes. So Dust Up allows us to play both of our stuff here, I guess. I don't know. We'll put this on the bottom. I guess we'll look for something a little bit better here. I mean, them playing CMH and passing is pretty good. That's also insane. So we pitch Sink Below to play Lost in Thought. And then we attack with Nourishing Emptiness off of the Furnace on Caloria. Give ourselves a 5-card hand. I guess we take E-Strike here. That's what it feels like the best thing to do here is take E-Strike because we're not like going to give them a chance to pop anything. I mean, they can block this if they want, but we're giving ourselves a chance to have a 5-card hand. They'd have to give me like a Lightning Surge, a Grasp, and a Crown because they don't have an embodiment here. They also have 0 non-attack actions in their hand. Taking the E-Strike pretty much turns their like hand off. So Lost in Thought, MVP. Lost in Thought, putting in the work. I mean, that's fine. We're getting basically all of their equipment out of the way early, which I'm a pretty big fan of. So feels like a pretty good start to our game here. Now they do have. So this is for 5. So this is literally just Caloria is all it is. So if we block Miragai Furnace, we block 5, and then we go Rabble, we go Burn Them All, Asvali, Rabble. I think is the better line here. I think that's our best play. And I mean, we still get to keep 2 Ash, so like I don't feel like it's a bad line or anything. They're going to come in for 7 here to get value out of their CMH, and we're going to go to 33. I don't like giving them an embodiment, but So burn them all. Azuli, Rabble. Revealing a Snatch. Pretty good, pretty good. Can't complain about that. You know, guys, I have to say, like, I try not to, like, rewind the clock too much when I'm streaming, but what Carly was talking about earlier is honestly, like, it's really cool how she was talking about how, like, there's just a lot of, you know, different people of, like, a lot of different, like, nationalities that, like, hang out in the chat. And honestly, like, that's, like, it's just really, I don't know, like, it's really cool. Like, I kind of have to, like, keep my fangirling to a minimum, you know, because, like, I'm a pretty small streamer. And so, you know, being able to just like being able to, like, you know, say that, you know, like there's like bring like kind of like literally like almost like bringing parts of the world together to like hang out and play games is it's really cool. And I don't feel like that's something that everybody gets to say. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. Oh, they are playing Anthem of Spring. I mean, that card looks sweet. I haven't seen any of the Briar lists from top 8. So what is this going to be for, like, 8? Go again on hit draw card? So I could give... Dromai, burn them all, Crown of Providence. Play Sigil, attack with Azuli, and then Snatch. Like, this seems like a pretty good... Seems like a pretty good little turn. I'm not going to sink anything. My hand is, like, already pretty good. And I've learned my lesson the hard way from playing Icelander last night, and sinking cards when I did not need to was, like, the death of me a couple of times. So, something I'm definitely, like, trying to learn my lesson from. And then they're going to Thorn me here. Now, the cool thing is that Thorn can't kill Azuli, so... feels pretty good. Plus, we stop them from drawing a card, which is sweet. So we're going to go to 29 here. The only equipment block we have left is Furnace, and we really want to try to hang on to that if we can. Anthem of Spring being a blue. Now, if this thing blocked for 3, it would be insane. Like, I feel like James White intentionally did not give a Briar specialization that has the potential to block for 4. So let's come in with the Azuli here. We come in with the Azuli here for 2 arcane and 2 physical. And if they pop it, we just play Sigil. If they don't block, we're just gonna, like, play our reaction and play Sigil and go to 32, and then we're gonna play the Snatch and force them to think about giving us a card here. Yep. So this gets go again. You go to 28 and snatch them up. Okay. I figured they would block this here. If they could still have a functioning hand and block, I figured they would. So we're currently up 4 points, and we have a little bit of board presence. So it makes me feel a little bit better. At some point, they have to decide whether they're going to attempt to kill my dragons or whether they're just going to spend the entire game trying to race me. I don't think they can race me, if I'm just being entirely honest. Like, I just think that, like, Mara has built this deck in a way that, like, just provides so much value over the course of the game. So, play Mirror Guy. What did he pick off a captain's call? Go again? So 4 go again. Okay, so they're going to kill Azuli here, which, I mean, makes sense. That's a good call. And then if they want, they can just Thorn. Okay. So they're going to throw something with... So this is just 7 go again. So... I mean, we go to 25. Like they get an embodiment, and then we're going to take 4 and go to 21. I think we're in an okay spot here. We get to pitch Yendarai to play Mirror Guy. And then we get to... I guess it's technically correct to activate Furnace here. And then play Rake the Embers. And we'll still get to have 1 Ash left. We'll come in for 2 and 1 Arcane. And then we'll attack for 3 more. They're playing Flex. And they're playing... So they're playing Flex as a popper. They're playing Command and Conquer. They might be on some other poppers. I'm honestly not sure. They go to 25, and then we'll come in for 3 Ash Wings. I chose to play Rake the Embers over Yendarai because Yendarai can get destroyed by 1 popper. Rake the Embers is a very good way to give yourself a chance to snowball and let the game get out of control against these aggro decks. That's always been my thought process behind it. Like, we're racing Briar right now. Like, not something you get to say every day. So let's go Sigil, Rake, Lost in Thought, and then we'll go Yendarai, then Sigil. Ew. Drawing the Phoenix Flame is not cool. I mean, I guess we can block with the Flame Call Awakening. I mean, I guess if worst really comes to worst, we can just friggin' play the Phoenix Flame, which I'm not a fan of. I guess I'm supposed to, because I can block 2 or serve 3. So I guess I'm supposed to take 5 here. I don't know. It kind of depends on like what their hand looks like and like what they're up to. So I don't know. There are a lot of different decision points inside of this deck that I honestly like. I think give interesting chances. Okay, so they're attacking Mirror Guy. All right. That's a good play by my opponent. I like 100% agree with their thinking there. So I can go Flame Call Awakening, Blaze Head. Like maybe I'm just supposed to lead on Snatch. I mean, they do have an embodiment, which means they have a pretty good chance that they can block 4 from their hand. More than likely, there's a way for them to block 4. Let's just lead on Snatch. Like, I think we give ourselves an opportunity for them to have to block with 2 cards or give us cards here. Now, with them having embodiment, it's not a super high chance, but it does give us an opportunity here. So they pass. We go Snapdragons. Their hand must be pretty good. So 4 go again. Now I get to go 5 go again, putting Phoenix Flame on the bottom, and then attack with my Ash Wings. I mean, this has turned out to be 5, 9, 13. This is at minimum going to be a 14-point turn if they give us a popper here. God, I love this deck. I mean, their turn might be insane. I don't know. Oh my gosh, they're just taking our Ash Wings too. So we could have taken the chance that they didn't play a popper and then went in on an E-Strike there. But I don't think that's an opportunity I'm ever really willing to take. If I'm being 100% honest with you guys, I'm just like, that's a chance. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. E-Strike, Blaze, Snatch, Burn, Arsenal. Block Command and Conquer. Pitch Dust Up to play Billowing Mirage. Or I'm sorry. I guess we'll have to see what they do, but we kind of need our whole hand here. So we're going to take 1. I'm trying to think of how... So we pitched Dust Up for Billowing Mirage. We pitch Flame Call. We pitch Command and Conquer for Flame Call Awakening. And then we can end on Command and Conquer. Or maybe our turn is just... Maybe our turn is just block a ton. Like, this is a lot of damage they're doing right here. We're giving them an embodiment. I could block 6, block Command and Conquer, pitch Billowing Mirage to play Flame Call Awakening, come in with Dust Up. I mean, that's still a 7-point turn. They also have no AB, but they're pretty much guaranteed poppers here. We'll block 6 and take 4 and see what they do. They already have an embodiment, so it's not like they're going to be able to, like, blow us out with anything. What is this for 6? This is for 7. I really don't want to go to 3. If I block 6, I can go to 1. Or if I block 6, I take 1, go to 9. And then I can block 3, take 4. Go to 6, and then I can play Flame Call Awakening followed by my Ash Wings and force them to give me a card. I mean, it's not terrible. I was like, they have no way to like actually hit us with Thorn that last turn. I need them to be able to deal like less than 6 Arcane here. Okay. So they're blocking. Tells me their hand's not that good. I'm going to attack with an Ashwing. They're going to take 1 Arcane, go to 4. And then after that, I'm going to be... They'll take 1 Arcane, go to 4, and then they'll probably pop the Ashwing. But if not, like, we're just... I mean, I guess they didn't keep Channel Mount Heroic. I just now realized that. Yeah, just like... having a mental brain moment there, like a fog moment. So they didn't keep, they did not keep their Channel Mount Heroic, which actually puts us in a pretty decent spot that they don't have a popper. Come on, one time. I mean, I say one time. They haven't popped anything all game, but still. Okay, so they don't have a popper. We are able to keep the burn them all around 1 more turn. So that's pretty good for us. Our opponent's going to try and kill us here. I need to be able to keep virtually anything. Tunic means they can't Thorn us. You like to see that. We'll get rid of a Mirror Guy. So I guess if nothing else, we can keep Rabble and Blazehead here, and Blaze Headlong here. We might not be able to keep anything. We need to keep something here. So if I go Dromai, Lost in Thought, Blaze Headlong, I have Ravenous Rabble. All right. I'm going to take the Arcane. I'm going to go to 2 here because that means I can still block the Rune Chant off of my Ashwings here. Like, I can block the Rune Chant and I can block one of the Rosetta Thorn damage here if it comes to that. And I can still live at 1. So, giving myself outs here. Plus, the only thing I really need to do is attack with an Ashwing this turn and strip cards from their hand. God, it is like obnoxious how good this deck is. All right, well. My opponent just concedes there on the spot. I think they realized that the writing was on the wall. 3-1 on the night so far. Trying to do this list well here. Close game. Head tempo at the end. Burn them all, and Ashwings are good into aggro matchups. So for anybody who's not aware of what I'm doing on my other screen, after like every game that I play, I try to keep notes of whether I won, whether I lost, if I went first or second. I basically try to record all of my games and make notes on all of them. Like I have a note section like here. I'll just show it to you guys while we're sitting here for a minute. So this is like what it looks like right here. I have like who I was playing against, and so when I'm streaming I just put Talishar, but if I'm playing against somebody, I know I put their name in here. I put the hero, whether I went first or second, whether I won or lost, and then I put some notes in here just kind of talking about like, you know, why did I win, why did I lose, like what happened. And I have a whole bunch of different heroes down here that I'm testing for nationals, and so that's why you're seeing all these like different heroes down there. I guess against Rhinar I don't know, like going second worked pretty well for us last time, so I guess we'll stick with going second. Let's see, do we have Bravo, Rhinar, Levia? So I think I'm going to go back to what we did earlier. I'm going to put Kylorias in and cut Yenderize. We'll run everything else the way that we have it here. Yeah, roll a 2. You love to see it. So they're playing Meat Axe and they're playing Bark Bone Strapping. All right, so they're playing like combo Rhinar. Let's pitch Seeker's Mitts. So we can go. So I could attack with Billowing Mirage, make an Ashwing, play Blaze Headlong, and arsenal my Flamecall Awakening. So I think we'll leave that on top. It seems like a pretty fine turn. Sets us up a little bit here. And if my opponent decides to attack, I was like, we have the sink below to kind of bail us out. So we'll go back down to 1 Ash here. We'll come in for 3. And then we'll come in with the the Blazing Hedgehog here, as I've heard other people call it. I think Brian Gottlieb and somebody else coined that, or maybe it was Flake at PT2, I think, or maybe it was Nats. I can't remember where they coined that at, but I remember that they coined that. We'll just go ahead and come in with the Ashwing here. Like if they want to give me a popper this early, like that's okay. And then we'll Arsenal Flamecall Awakening here. Try to set up a little bit here. So Skullcrack. We currently have Ravenous Rabble, pitch Dromai for Flamecall Awakening, Snap into Dust Up, and then pitch the Flamecall. Or I guess we could just hang on to the Flamecall Awakening. We could just go Rabble, Dromai. So Dromai attack, Rabble, Snatch, Dust Up, keep the Flamecall Awakening in Arsenal. Or my line of pitching the Dromai to play Flamecall Awakening. We're not really using the resources here, but we are continuing. We're adding 2 more Ash to the board, so we'll be at 3 Ash. And I think that there's some value in setting up our Ash plays. Plus Dromai, the later the game goes on, the better for us. So, all right. So I guess we can just lead on Snatch if that's like if we're gonna snap Snatch anyway. We might as well just lead on it. There's no reason in like sitting on it. Probably give card from hand and the bark bone strapping here if I had to guess. That would be my assumption on what they're going to be doing. Even after all this time. Yep, so they give us a card in that. Block with Dust Up, Rabble, Flame Call, Snatch. I'm late, I think. Oh, dude, I thought you were going to bed. I thought you said you were going to bed, dude. It's like 3:15 there, man. Listen, I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life or anything, and I'm happy you're hanging out, but I thought you were going to bed. Yeah, we could have blocked with Dust Up there and like taken that line. That's very possible. I like having the opportunity to take the line that I chose because it sets us up with 3 Ash, and we're getting to throw 3 attack actions at our opponent here. What does this thing do? Okay, so I left that on top. So, oh no, we had a passing mirage. Ooh. There is enough Dromai content, so I take what I can get. That's fair enough. I know that feeling. When I first started playing, it was very rare that I found anything of people playing Dash. And Dash is like the first hero that I really got into and like enjoyed as a total character. So I completely get what you're saying there. All right, so we took every card from our opponent's hand. They're probably just going to come in for 5 here with the Meat Axe, if I had to guess. They're just going to pass, so the card that they have is pretty good. Pitch Dust Up to play Rake the Embers, play Blaze Headlong, and then play Passing Mirage. Seems pretty good. I think that's our line here. Blaze Headlong for 4. And they'll probably just kill the Passing Mirage here, which is fine. I'm honestly curious to know if like they're gonna... Oh, they're just taking 4. So they're trying to set up a Blood Rush turn, I think, here. Probably what they're doing. Yes. Yes. You love to see those 2s. You love to see them. So they're just gonna Meat Axe my Passing Mirage here. That math be mathing. I can get behind that. So if we pitch Dust Up to play Lost in Thought, we can play Burn Them All. Or I guess I could pitch Burn Them All to play that, and then see what their hand looks like. Maybe we're like in some like weird universe where we're lucky and they don't have another popper. And then we can Arsenal the Sink Below. Maybe I'm supposed to play Burn Them All, attack with Dust Up. I think we'll make this line here. We'll make them decide what they want to do here. So we play Lost in Thought, and then we're going to play Dust Up after this. Because they'll pop our Ash Wings for sure. The more Ash Wings we have on the board, the better. I guess we'll go ahead and take this because we don't want them to have go again. We're trying to set up for a little bit of late game like theory here. We're like trying to like push enough damage late game. And then I'll just Arsenal my Sink Below here. And there is attack actions there, so our Nourishing Emptiness isn't going to do anything for us. Okay, so reincarnate. Okay. They take a Sigil of Solace out of our hand, which is fine. What does this say? Whenever you discard a random card with 6 or more, banish it. If you do, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's 6, draw a card. Okay. Yeah, so this is definitely like combo Rhinar. They're trying to like take all the cards out of our hand that they can, to make sure that we can't block or do anything, and then they're going to try and come in for a bunch here. I mean, they're doing it. Like they're making it happen here. And then this is for 8. So my hand is sink below. They've taken every card, so that's my hand right there. So I could just go. I can sink below this here, and then I can pitch Sigil of Solace, Nourishing Emptiness to play Command and Conquer, Arsenal my other sink below. I'd like to have been able to play one of my sink belows this turn, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers. They'll ponder here, and then they'll Arsenal something. Hey, Dan, what's up? How are you, buddy? Did they have multiple action points? Did I miss something? I guess I did. I guess they're going to do a lot more than just what they did, so never mind. Looks like their turn is going to be a lot better than I thought it was. And then Meat Axe is going to come in. You just woke up? What? Oh my gosh. Dude, it's like 20 after 9. Did you like take a nap or do you work third shift? Yeah, I mean, we'll go to 15. Like, their combo was crazy here. Like, we got to block with a sink below because we had it in our arsenal. Like, this was a wild turn. Like combo Rhinar putting in the work over there, popping stuff just like when they can. Nope, just been sleeping. I get that. Carly and I like to take naps. We take quite a few naps, honestly. Like we probably sleep more during the day than we should, but I get that. We take quite a few naps. I can play Sigil, go to 18, and nah, I think we're just better off playing Command and Conquer. We'll pitch our Sigil and our Nourishing Emptiness. Nourishing Emptiness is just a 2 for 6, so I went to bed around like 10 or 11 something last night. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I try to get in bed before midnight. That's about like my cutoff. Like I got to be at work around 8:30 most days, and so I try to get in bed before like midnight. That's like roughly my cutoff where I start to like become like really tired. That, and I feel like if I don't get at least like 6 or 7 hours of sleep, I'm just like a miserable human being. And so, yeah, I never woke up until now. What? You've been asleep for 12 hours? Oh, are you sick? Well, I hate to hear that you're sick, but if you're sick, that makes a lot more sense. So, Flamescale Furnace, pitch Sink Below, or play Sink Below, put Rake the Embers on the bottom, see if we can find a better out here. Maybe we find a better card here. Yeah, but no, I'm not sick. Oh, so you're just feeling rough? Hey, I mean, I get it. Like, some days all you can do is conjure enough to get out of bed. And some days you can't do that. Like, it happens to everybody. I completely understand. I am very fortunate to have a girlfriend who has brought mental health to my attention more than it ever has been most of my life. Most of my life, I've been pretty insensitive to like other people's like mental health. I'm just kind of like, I've just spent most of my life being like, get over it, forehead. But like, I don't know, like she's definitely like opened me up to like having more thought and caring about other people's feelings. So pitch Snatch to play Billowing Mirage, make an or play Dromai, make Dromai. Pitch Snatch to play Billowing Mirage, go up to 5 Ashwings, start attacking with the Ashwings, Arsenal Flamecall Awakening. I think that's our play. I'm just insensitive to my own mental health. Brother, I feel that. I have been there. Bryson, I get that, dude. I completely get that. I feel kind of bad, though, because I slightly woke up like a couple hours ago, joined my boyfriend's stream, and then I crashed after like 30 minutes. I mean, like, listen, I'm sure he understands. Like, I am sure that he is. I'm sure he understands. Carly has slept through my streams many of times because she was passed out. So I was like, I like Heat. He seems like a cool guy. So I have no doubt that he is very understanding and sympathetic to your situation. Him and I were actually talking about trying to play Fortnite together sometime soon. Earlier today, I was on his stream earlier, and so me and him were talking about trying to play Fortnite. Ash Wings. My opponent's probably gonna pop this. I was like they're playing Rhinar. Like, they just have a billion poppers. It's just what they're going to do. And then he'll probably just throw Meat Axe at me here, like, if I had to guess. So E-Strike, go again. Blaze, Hedgehog, Snatch. Feels like a pretty sweet turn here. Could alternatively go... No, I think we need to go Blaze. Like, I think we need to go E-Strike, Blaze, Snatch. I think that's what we're looking at here. I think that's our best line. What? Carly, what are you putting those faces for in the chat? What? I know that's like when you're like, hey, because you're like nervous about something. What, do you like feel uncomfortable that I'm like speaking so highly of you, like in public in front of people? I know he will. I just know that he missed me. Hey, I completely get that. For sleeping through your streams? Oh, listen, I know how you are. I do not come between you and sleep or you and ice cream. I know that. Playing Snatch kind of feels lackluster here because we don't have Snapdragons, but I also don't like know, like, playing Flame Call Awakening just to have this, like, one of these popped is not where I want to be. So I guess let's just throw Snatch here. Most of the time I have you on, at least. That's true. You do have my stream turned on, which I'm always very thankful for. Refs, if Kick is so cool, why isn't Carly on this platform? Carly has me on Kick and on YouTube because she's the best girlfriend in the whole world. And Bryson, little did you know, Carly is actually about to start streaming. So she might have a small stroke if she knew I was talking about that. If she knew I was talking about that in front of everybody. So just wanted to hop in and give some support. Hey, well, I appreciate it. I mean, I hope you get to feeling better. I know how bad it sucks when you feel bad. So if I take 6 here, I go to 9, which is like just really bad. Haha, Zach said she turns him on. Hey, she does that too, brother. She does that too. I'm going to hop off and check on my love, so have a great day. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good night. I'm going to stop watching Zach's streams to watch Carly end his career. Dude, I told Carly the other day that I was like low-key. I was like, you're going to like pop off. And oh, I did not mean to put good luck, have fun. I meant... I like Carly's stream is going to pop off and I'm going to be like, man, you spent 2.5 years like grinding and streaming all the time to get to where you are just for Carly to join in and be like, just to be like, yep, that's it. Carly said she's double supporting. So there, Bryson. Oh, I'm farming Fortnite, so I'm typing on my phone. That also makes sense. So if I give Crown here, we can get a 5th card and we have some options. I could play Mirror Guy, play Flame Call. So if I take 6, I go to 9. I'm taking a chance on dying to Reckless Swing, which is not good. I can pitch Asvalai to play Mirror Guy, pitch Asvalai to play Flame Call Awakening, pitch Flame Call or pitch the Phoenix Flame to activate Furnace, play Caloria. Oh god. Oh god, am I just gonna die? None of this matters. I'm just dead. Ignore everything. Ignore everything. Ah! So I can take 6 here and go to 3. And then my turn is basically just ended by them having any popper, which is like pretty mediocre. I mean, yeah, I guess there's no difference between us being at 3 and us being at 5. Go Azuli, man, like, so I think we're just going to play Azuli, play Flame Call Awakening, get our Phoenix Flame, and then we're going to pitch it for Ash. I never had a turn where like Flame Call Awakening was like doing some like cool stuff. So I just always ended up in like these hands that like perpetually never played Flame Call Awakening and did what I needed it to do. We'll come in here because this is going to be 1 arcane. Would love to have like I'd love to have a turn where I could actually play something without Phantasm and it matter. But I have yet to like really be able to set up a Passing Mirage. Like my opponent killed the Passing Mirage. Like they're playing well into it. Okay. I can block 6 and just throw 7 here, depending on what my opponent takes. So they take this, so if I block Kyloria, burn them all, and then I go E-Strike, draw a card, I could go E-Strike, go again into Ash Wings. I could block Kyloria, I could block Kyloria, Crown of Providence, and go to 2. Worry about dying to Reckless Rage or whatever it's called. I could block I feel like I'm better off to just block 6 here for my hand because I know that I can. Like, I just know that I have the capability of doing this, so I think I'm just supposed to throw 5 and go draw a card so that we can try to set up for Arsenal a little bit. Bryson, what are you testing, brother? Are you testing to see if you can see your YouTube chat on Kick? Because if you are, I can go ahead and answer that question for you and tell you why it won't work. So my opponent takes 5, which means I'm probably going to die here if I had to guess. It deleted 2 of my messages in a row. YouTube did or Kick did? I'm going to put the Azuli on the bottom. Probably supposed to keep the Dromai there. Oh boy. Let's just block 8. Stay at 3. Like, we're just trying to grind this out. YouTube, I'm now double supporting. Dude, what a G. Carly and Bryson double supporting. Talk about real friends right there. That's what I'm talking about. Honestly, I have to say that, like, as much as I brag on the community, I really should, like, brag on my support group more, because my support group is the best. Like, honestly, everybody is awesome and, like, really goes out of their way to, like, support me and, like, make sure that, like, they know that I know that they support me, and like it honestly means a lot. I probably would have given up on streaming, honestly, some time ago had I not had so many great people in my corner. Like, there have been a lot of people who have like been like, you know, like, yeah, you should stick with it, you should keep with it. And honestly, like 90% of that is Carly. Carly has been like the most supportive person in the world through me streaming. I've been streaming for about 2.5 years now in total, and Carly has been there every step of the way to be like you're doing great, you're killing it, like keep it up, like, and it means a lot. I'll support you even if you think your mom's birthday is better than Magic with me. Dude, I'm telling you, if that was on another weekend, I would totally be down. Like, I honestly wish it was the weekend afterwards. I would sign up for that in a second. I would love to play in a team tournament. Like, I haven't played in like a team tournament in so long. They don't really do a ton of them in Flesh and Blood, so I don't get that opportunity a lot, but man. I don't think my opponent meant to... Oh, hang on. All right, trying to figure out where we're at here. And yeah, like my mom's birthday is like such a big deal this year because she's turning 50. And so it's like this like big thing. Like we're like really trying to like go all out and like give her like a big birthday. Like my opponent might just kill me here. I'm at 6. They're going to take a card. I'm going to go to 4 here. And then if they meat axe me, I'm just dead. If they hit a 6. Yeah, like I don't think there are any misses in their deck. Honestly, like which is crazy to me. Like they haven't missed all game. I have yet to see a hand where they didn't have a popper. Actually, we're going to look back through this because I got to know. Are there any non-poppers in any of these cards? 7, 6. I know these pop. Okay, so they do have Sand Sketch Plan, Blood Rush Bellows. They have Berserk. So they do have some non-poppers, but like every attack action that they have is a popper that I've seen so far. Yeah, they're playing a lot more poppers than I'm used to people playing against me, honestly. So, I don't know, like I think so. Like my 2 losses so far tonight are to Levia and to Rhinar, and honestly, we were like 1 or 2 turns away from winning both of those games. My opponent had just enough life that last game to be able to hang on, and the Levia game, we almost got there. Like we almost got there the Levia game. We had set up the board we wanted. We just took too much damage to do so, and so we fell behind. Blood Rush killed me. Yeah, 3 and 2 doesn't... If you ain't first, you're last. Shake and bake. Absolutely, man. If you're not first, you're last is the truth. Winning, dude. Like I'm all about winning. I am all about winning. Yo, Shark's still streaming. How about that, dude? That's crazy. Good for him, man. He's been playing Fortnite for a while today. Good luck, have fun. Azuri's not in here? Eh. How do we want to treat this matchup? What did we play against earlier that felt similar? We played, I don't know. Let's try this and see how this feels. Like maybe this is a flicker trick matchup? No, probably not. I don't know. Let's try this and see what we can come up with here. They do have AB1. I've been told that this is a really good matchup for me, but I don't really know how. Like, I understand how on paper, but, like, I'm definitely trying to, like, figure that out. I think going second would have been better there for me. Maybe I'm not supposed to put a card on the bottom. Maybe I'm just supposed to throw dust up there. Like, I want to attack with Dust Up, but I don't think it's correct. I'm intrigued that my opponent took 2. We'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll Arsenal Sink Below. So play Lost in Thought. I think we can Sink Below here and like try to set up a decent hand. We're probably putting the Flame Call Awakening on the bottom, if I had to guess. Like, pitching 2 reds to play 2 1-cost cards does not feel that good, but I also think that like it gives us decent setup. Like, Caloria is like a pretty hard-hitting card. So I could play Asvali, pitch Lost in Thought to play Flame Call Awakening. I don't think that's where we want to be. Non-attack action cards, so we don't really care about that. Let's just take 5. Try to take some tempo here from our opponent, because our opponent will block. Like, my opponent's like more inclined to block than they're not, just because of how their deck is set up and how it plays. Like, they block better than they play better when they're blocking. Yeah, I was like, they're probably just going to pass here. They were probably hoping that we'd like play a reaction from our arsenal so they could get us with Codex, but we're not having that. We're not having that today. So pitch Asvali, and they have 3 poppers in their hand. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Well, I guess this is what we're doing. We're just completely playing setup here. They'll probably block with a card if I had to guess. Lost it like that. That was the worst Lost in Thought we've had all night by far. Like, that was by far the worst Lost in Thought we've had yet. And then I'm just going to pass here. We're going to go Caloria, then Asvali. I mean, we can block Burn and then go Burn, Billowing Mirage, or pitch Burn to play Billowing Mirage, and then play Dust Up. We could alternatively play Burn. So he's going to put a Command and Conquer into play. When he goes to activate Azuri, I'm just going to play the Sink Below. I guess we can bottom one of the burns in hopes of finding something better. I mean, that's not bad at all. That's not a bad turn at all. So, burn them all. I mean, they do have AB, so maybe I'm not playing Burn Them All. Maybe I'm just pitching. Maybe I'm playing Asvali. Then I don't know. This is an interesting choice here. Let's go this route. I will attack with the Ashwing next and see what happens. This will tell me a lot about what they're looking to do this turn. Maybe it's me, maybe I'm lagging. Maybe I'm the drama. My opponent takes one. We're going to come in with the Ashwing here. They're going to take one. I mean, they play a few poppers, but not a ton, and they've already seen 3 of them, so I'm going to take a chance here that they don't have one, and that we can just throw the dust up here, but maybe they do. Moment of truth. Okay, we'll take that. I'll take them not having a popper. They go to 33. Now, they could have a very good just swing turn to throw back at us. Dust up is an excellent way to end our turn because we get the dust up, and if this hits, we get to make we make an ash. We create an ash and then transform up to one ash wing or one ash we control into an ash wing. So we're gonna make a second ash wing here, and the more ash wings we can get, the better chance we have of running away with this game. Sometimes I just randomly hear the Pink Panther theme song in my head, and so I just sing it for you guys because that's the kind of person I am. Okay, so my opponent decides to go to 29. Maybe they have a sink below. They could have a sink or a fate here. I don't know if they run defense reactions into us or not, but they could. So my first thought is play Sigil. Like, play Sigil, play Caloria, Snatch. I don't know. We could also just lead on... They're probably just going to play cleanup here with their daggers, if I had to guess this turn. Like, pitch their daggers to play cleanup, and then they'll probably come in at us with something. Or maybe they'll just attack us. Maybe they're just like, get wrecked. We're going to go at your face. Okay. Pitch a surgical. What did they attack? An Ashwing? All right, so we go down to one Ashwing. I mean... Kill the other Ashwing. And this does say when it hits a hero, so they don't get the effects off of them, which is kind of nice. I mean, we could also just block Caloria, rake the Embers, and then, like, attack with Asvalide, play Sigil if they don't block, and then throw Snatch. They're attacking me. They're attacking Asvalide. Okay. So they are trying to play board control, which, I mean, I think is I think is how you have to play this if you're them. Like, I think it's what has to happen. I'm curious to see what they Azuri in here. It's probably not going to be a Command and Conquer. It's probably Shakedown, which is like worst case scenario for us. Death Touch. I mean, that's fine. Like, that's not the end of the world. That's a non-popping card. Hawks token. Okay. So Kyloria provides the most on-hit effect. Maybe we're just supposed to lead with Snatch here. Let's just lead with Snatch and see what they do. We can always snap this and go from there. I honestly believe that if my opponent is a very, like, if they're a good, if they're a good, Azuri player, that they can, like, fatigue me and, like, try to run me out of cards. I don't think that that's a crazy stretch. Now, the way the game's going, they're not really trying to fatigue me, but... Flesh and Blood has some cool art. I'm not really an art kind of person. Like, the art doesn't really appeal to me as a whole, but I could definitely understand, like, why, if you're, like, an art fan, like, it appeals to you. We're going to give that go again. We're then going to play Kyloria. We're going to hope they don't have a popper. Because if they don't have a popper, this is, like, very scary for them. Because they're either forced to take 4, give us a card if they want to do something, or they're forced to give us 2 cards. They already gave us Tunic. They have no more attacks that they can block with equipment. They have Null Rune Gloves and Snapdragons here, which enables them to play their turns. And I think we're catching them in just enough of a spot right now to where their hands are awkward. So, I don't know. I've never played this matchup before. I just hear that it's, like, almost unwinnable for Azuri. That, like, Dromai can, like, close their eyes and win the game as long as they're prepared to, like, not get fatigued. Like, if they play around getting fatigued. And that's honestly, like, me pitching Rake the Embers. I've pitched 2 Rake the Embers so far, and me pitching both of those is a concession to the fact that I might get fatigued and that I need to have as many late game threats as I can. The less poppers they have late in the game, the better for us, because Rake the Embers will just be insane. Don't. Okay, so my opponent's just going to take 1 here and give me a card. Interesting. I'm not complaining. I mean, this isn't a bad option. We get to flip one of these and then attack for 4. And we know that they don't have a popper, so we know we're good for it. And then we're just going to Arsenal our Sigil of Solace. Because Sigil of Solace in Arsenal is insane. Because it makes our opponent think, oh, Command & Conquer's good. And it's really not. Like, Sigil of Solace is just everything you need it to be when it's in Arsenal. No, I'm going to join them at 24 and then Arsenal this. Dromai, Hedgehog, Snatch is insane. What's a popper? Yeah, choose. So a popper, let's see if I can find the text on Phantasm here. Is there a card that has the text on Phantasm anywhere? Hang on, let me pull it up. So it's basically anything that doesn't it has to have 6 power or more, and it cannot be a Phantasm attacker. So if you're trying to pop something, all of like a lot of Dromai's cards and Prism's cards have the text that says if this is blocked by an attack with 6 power or more, and it's not it's a non-Phantasm attack, then it gets blown up. And so that's I'm sorry, I'm trying to explain it, but I feel like I'm probably not doing it very well. I'm not very good at explaining things without having the actual text in front of me. So I apologize if it feels a little misleading or like I'm not making a ton of sense right now. So we play Sigil and basically go to 23 here. Lose a Skittering Sands, okay. So we're gonna go Dromai. We're gonna attack with Dromai. There's no way they have 3 poppers in their hand. and they're gonna literally have to have 3 poppers if they want to stop our turn. So Dromai is like insanely nutty to draw. Like, oh my gosh. We're going crazy. We're going crazy. Oh my gosh. This. Num 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 num. This is insane. How do you feel the learning curve for this game compares to Magic? I've been playing MTG so long, I just can't make a valid comparison. I don't remember what it was like learning Magic. So that's fair. Like, I hear you. I have to say that, like, this game is, like, for the most part, it's a ton of combat math. That's, like, really where it all breaks down on us. Is like that's the biggest breakdown is it's combat math. I would tell you that, like, there's not a massive learning curve, but there is a learning curve nonetheless. Oh, we stole their silver? That's so cool. I can't believe we stole their silver. That's hilarious. Not that they needed their silver, but still. So yeah, I mean, like, there's a little bit of a learning curve, Bryson, but like it's not huge. Like, I taught Natty Ice to play it in one evening, and he ended up beating me before the night was over with. So you could learn it pretty quickly, I would say. Hey, Decoy, how are you? I appreciate you coming by, even if you don't understand what I'm playing. I appreciate you coming by and hanging out. I saw Clown streaming Fortnite earlier. I was asking him how his games were going, and he sounded like he was virtually ready to, like, jump off of a cliff. He said his games were going very poorly today. We can play the Blaze Headlong for 4, or we can play the Billowing Mirage for 4, basically, but this allows us to attack for 4 and then Arsenal Billowing Mirage. Lol, yeah, I'm lost, but here, it was a bad night for him. Yeah, I was telling him that, like, I felt like the last few times I've been playing, we've just been getting, like, dumpstered by kids, and I don't know if it's because, and honestly, this is going to sound kind of funny, but, like, at 27, you know, I'm not, like, peak video game age anymore, so my reflexes aren't what they used to be. And so I feel like I'm just kind of getting dumpstered by, like, all the kids that are, like, you know, 15, 16, 18 kind of thing. And so I feel like I'm getting dumpstered by the people that I used to dumpster. Sometimes it just be like that for us. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. There are good days and there are bad days. I completely hear you there. That is 100% true. Oh, you're 45? Oh, that's awesome. I mean, if you want, I could say that, like, you're my mom's age. Would that make you feel old if I said you were my mom's age? Do we have any ash? We do not have any ash. So we're not going to transform this. We want to keep our ash here. You're always showing love to his stream, so I wanted to come by, and it doesn't bother me. I'm everyone's mom around here. See, that's an awesome role to, like, take on, though. Like, that's really cool. Like, nobody, like, it's cool that, like, you're not, like, you know, like, bothered by, like, the age discrepancy thing. Like, that's awesome. That's fun. And no, I appreciate you coming by and hanging out. It means a lot. I was like, I like watching Clown stream. I was like, he's good at Fortnite, and I enjoy watching like other people play Fortnite. I guess let's attack with Dromai and try to get an action point here and see what we can do. Billowing, make Ashwing, Flame Call, Pitch Flame to Furnace, Asvali. That would have definitely been a better line. Nara, yeah, that was definitely a better line that I did not consider, if I'm being entirely honest. So now I'll look at Tactical Grandma. She's awesome. So I think I've seen her on TikTok. She plays a lot of Warzone, right? Like, I think that's, like, where I've seen her. I feel like she plays, like, quite a bit of Warzone. I think I've seen, like, her TikToks and stuff. Yeah, yeah, so she does play Warzone. Yeah, I always see videos of people being like, oh my gosh, like, your Tactical Grandma, like, when she's in lobbies and stuff. I always think it's really cool that like she plays and does stuff like that. I play COD a lot. Oh, dude, that's awesome. We bought Modern Warfare 2. And I've played it a little bit, but I haven't played a ton of... I haven't really played a ton of... I haven't played a ton of COD in a while. We got into Modern Warfare 2 when it came out, and we played it a little bit. I'm the oldest of 5 siblings, and so my siblings are like, one of my brothers is 15 and one of them 17, and they're like right at that age where like they're like starting to like they like play COD like quite a bit, and one of them got into it, and so we bought it and played it with him quite a bit. But I completely agree with you that it's not as fun as it used to be, because I used to like, I mean, when I was growing up, that was like what we played. We played Call of Duty all the time. Too many hackers on there now? Are there a lot of hackers in Call of Duty now? See, that's just sad. Like, there are just people out there ruining the game for everybody else, and like that's such trash. Like, I hate that. I hate to hear that. Like, when I was growing up, hackers were like few and far between. I remember the first time that I ever really like experienced hacking was Modern Warfare 2. I don't know if you played a lot of like Modern Warfare 2 Decoy or not, but that was when people started hacking 10th Prestige level 70, which was like max level in the game. That was like the first time I really experienced people hacking, and it wasn't even like them like being invincible or anything. It was just like them like trying to like, you know, max out their character levels. So Black Ops 3 was my COD peak. So I'm going to be honest, I never played a ton of Black Ops 3. I played a lot of like Modern Warfare 2, the original Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, and then after that it kind of took a dive off for me until Cold War came out. When Cold War came out, Carly and I started playing it religiously. I mean, we played it all the time. So I'm forced to start on Flame Call Awakening here because I don't have any Ash, which is a little unfortunate. So I can pitch Flame Call Awakening, or I can play Flame Call Awakening, pitch Dust Up, and then pitch Mirror Guy to play Mirror Guy, Blazing Hedgehog, and then Chromai, Ash Wings, and Mirror Guy last. So pretty good little turn cycle here. Every other player is cheating now. See, like, that's so sad. Like, I hate that people are doing that. Counter-Strike Source was my game for years, so I know a lot of people like Counter-Strike, and there's a new one coming out. I think I saw Ninja streaming it earlier. I'm a big Ninja fanboy for anybody who didn't know, but yeah, I know a lot of people. CS:GO. I know a lot of people who played CS:GO over the years. Like Counter-Strike is like a cool game for sure. CS:GO 2 is coming. Yeah, so like I thought about honestly getting it because I never really took part in like the original CS:GO bandwagon. Oh, you have it as well? Oh, that's cool. I wasn't allowed to play COD till I was 16. Dude, really? Did you like grow up in a super strict house, Bryson? I didn't realize that. Easy win? Rhoda. Absolutely, dude. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous at first when this game started about how this was gonna go, but this is like, I mean, this is like easy peasy lemon squeezy here. We're just kind of like rolling over this game right here, honestly. Like, I kind of feel bad for my opponent. This is probably why they say this matchup is like so unwinnable for them. Had a curfew of 10 p.m. till I was married. Oh my gosh, Bryson. Dude, that's wild. I always heard stories of people like growing up in houses like that, but I didn't know it was real. If you want the truth, I didn't know that people like actually live that way. My parents were like very laid back when I was growing up. My dad used to say, don't come home with something you can't get rid of. So I don't like whatever that was supposed to mean. I think I'm supposed to attack with the Mirror Guy here just because my opponent doesn't have anything like that they could do here. Like, even if they pop this, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, that was a good game by my opponent. We just got so far ahead so quickly. If they get lucky draws, they can win, but not really. Yeah, so that's kind of what I've been told, is that, like, it's just, like, kind of like you just kind of rickroll them playing like playing like Dromai. It's just kind of like a free win, honestly, is what I've been told. So Talishar, Azuri. We went first. I went first because I made the E-Strike play. Yeah, in my notes, I'm just putting ran away with it. Wasn't close. No, don't turn on autosave. Autosave is so dumb. I hate that feature. Lord. What can the Azuri even do there against Dromai? Honestly, Chew, I don't think there's anything that Azuri can do. Like, Azuri has to draw poppers in exactly the right places and has to get really lucky with what they draw. I don't think there's really an opportunity for them to win that matchup unless I'm a bad Dromai player or they're trying to fatigue me. I think if you're going to play Azuri in the Dromai, you have to be on Fatigue Azuri. I think you have to be on the Fatigue Azuri plan, and even then, I think you have to get a little lucky if you want the God's honest truth. I'm not sure how Dromai works, but I want to learn Azuri. Dude, Azuri's a ton of fun. I streamed Azuri a few weeks ago, and it's a blast. It's a blast. Azuri is a lot of fun. And Dromai is like very like play to the board, like try to set up a board and overwhelm your opponent. But this red line Dromai has a lot of attacks in it, so no game is ever a free win, to be honest. Mistakes can be made. That's very true, Rhoda. That's very true. A lot of six power poppers and go again to take out Dragon and fatigue Dromai. Yeah, dude, you can fatigue Dromai as Azuri 100%. And it's kind of what I was talking about early on in the stream, like early on in that game, is that I was worried I was going to get fatigued because there were no remembrances in my deck, but I think we skill gapped our opponent a little bit, plus we had a better deck, and so I think that just kind of like pushed us over the top there. Oh, all the dragons have Phantasm? Yes, Chew, all the dragons have Phantasm. Mira Guy says that your first dragon attack does not have Phantasm, and you also play Passing Mirage in certain matchups, which is a blue aura that allows your dragons, your illusionist attacks to not have Phantasm. So you're definitely playing like into them not having poppers on certain turns for sure. Like that's definitely how that's looking at. Like that's how that needs to pan out for you to win. So, all right. Well, 4-2 on the night. I mean, 4-2 is not bad. I would keep playing games, honestly. But there's a big project that just went live at work. I work in IT at a hospital. And so like a massive project just went live, and it's keeping me very busy throughout the day. So I need to jump off so I can get some sleep. Oh, the hand disruption card is OP in that matchup. Yeah, I lost in thought. That's what it was. I just forgot what it was called. But yeah, that definitely seems OP. Like I could see them like. So the funny part is we played Lost in Thought like on like turn 1, and it almost did nothing because they had 3 poppers in their hand. But I definitely see that card being like very good, because if they have 1 popper and you strip that from their hand, it's just like get wrecked. So anyway. But yeah, there's a massive project going on at work, so I need to hop off here and get a little bit of sleep. I appreciate everybody hanging out, whether you're hanging out on Kick or YouTube or wherever you're at. If you're on YouTube and you haven't hit that subscribe button, I'd appreciate it if you did. If you're on Kick and you haven't hit that follow button, it'd mean a lot. But I am gonna get out of here for the evening, get a little bit of sleep, and then I will probably be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Fortnite only, though. There will be no Flesh and Blood tomorrow. I'll be playing Fortnite. Carly and I are hanging out, so I'll probably be back playing Fortnite. So if you guys like Fortnite, I'll see you tomorrow. And if not, I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy, guys.